Hi, Cancer. I'm getting this really strong feeling that you're super, super uncomfortable right now and you're wanting to just hide and not be seen. But I'm going to see you. We're going to talk. We're all vulnerable right now. And for you, that's extra because normally you're able to go back in your shell. Normally you're able to just, hide out when you want to, when need be, because being vulnerable all the time, you know what that means. You know what that takes. And the sun is sitting across from you right now. So it could be even a little blinding on top of being vulnerable, on top of being not wanting to be seen. Well, what you have and what you're doing, the lessons that you're learning and that you're continuing to learn is that's actually really important for the people around you to see. That's actually really important for you to see in yourself. That's actually what's needed. Hold on. All right. Okay. So, what do we got here? The Four of Cups, the High Priestess, Wheel of Fortune, Knight of Pentacles. So it's important for you to see that this is an opportunity for you to look up, keep your head held high, and use that intuition. To use that intuition not just to be brave. It's more about for yourself to keep things moving. Yeah, things are going to be moving a little slow, but it's like a positive slow. It's you're going to be rewarded each step of the way, even if things aren't going as quickly as Cardinal Water would like to go right now. You might want to carve some things and do your thing, but there's a holdup because you're asking to sit back. You're asking to sit with yourself. You're asking to you're learning to observe what you're really good at doing so that you can do it even more intentionally. Does that make sense? We're all in this building block place. Most of us are in this foundational place of growth. And it's important for you that in times of doubt and times of that you don't want to look up, for you to sit with yourself and look at what's being given to you. And it may not seem like the most amazing thing or the most positive thing, though it is, because what you're able to see and what you're being able to grasp right now and sit with is the part of you that makes you so you. That vulnerable part of you that may not want to be seen is actually the important thing that keeps giving back to you along the way. So those are forgive me, but this is the example that's coming to my head, and this is the example that I'm going to go with. It's like when you're training a dog. Sorry, I think I turned the light up a little. It's like when you're training a dog and you keep giving them cookies over and over again. So basically, you're going to give, as well as you're going to be able to receive them, give them to yourself. Give yourself those treats every step of the way. So even though you're coming out of a place that may have felt comfortable and you're moving into a different place that is uncomfortable. So you're not used to being uncomfortable. You're just not used to doing it not on your terms as a cardinal sign. And life is kind of asking a lot of people to step into a role that they're not normally used to, and taking the leadership role in a way that you're you're having to learn something new. You're having to learn more about yourself. So the way that you can make that comfortable for a sign that likes comfortability is to give yourself those comfortable treats along the way, whatever it is that you need along the way. And that's important for you, because heading into Aquarius season, you're going to want to have done that for yourself, because you're going to be seen even more in a way that's, your vulnerability is going to bring so much beauty to your life and to other people's lives. Also, this could be an Aquarius coming into your life, or an Aquarius recognizing your shininess, your shiny new soft shell. And what's going to keep that good fortune keep going is actually staying on that path of slow but steady. It's like being a turtle. So a lot of animal metaphors today. Cards keep falling. It's just annoying, sorry. All right. So, King of Wands and Knight of Cups, Nine of Swords, Justice, it seems like since Libra season, which was in October, or end of September and up into October, since Libra season, you knew this was going to be coming. You knew that things were going to get uncomfortable. You knew that you needed to prepare yourself, yet you kind of looked you might have looked the other way. Then we have the Hierophant and the Six of Wands. Sorry. Funky hair day. So you can see how uncomfortable I kind of feel for you, honestly. So there could be an Aquarius coming into your life who really sees you, who really is liking this version of yourself. But then there's also the exact opposite that will come in, the exact opposite that may come into your life. There seems to be an option of someone a little more mature and someone not so mature. Or it's this one person who is wanting to offer you something that seems great. It's like too good to be true. So just because you're feeling great, you're looking great, it doesn't mean that you have to take every offer coming to you. And it seems like Libra season, it might be something that had been repetitive of Libra season, or this could be a Libra. So it seems like an air sign, because there's also Gemini. So there's a lot of air in your reading here. And then we get to Taurus, the Hierophant, and the Six of Wands. I would wait to make any new relationship that you're entering, or any relationship happening or coming up in your life. I would wait a couple months before declaring anything, because it seems like whoever is entering your life in this month or the next month, it's not going to, you're shifting right now. You're going through this certain change where being vulnerable means being more protective of yourself in times of when things are changing, because if you let in someone, or if you meet someone now and you start, it seems great, it seems wonderful, this thing that you're cultivating with this vulnerable part of you that is going to show up all year long, and don't get me wrong, it's not going away. It's just it's attractive to people who are predatorial by nature. And this is not something that always comes up. So I just want to make it clear to you that sometimes certain kinds of people are attracted to vulnerability and they see it as gold. And it is. So what I'm saying to you is many good things are happening the more that you sit with this beautiful place, this beautiful, vulnerable place that you're entering. But keep moving slow, because whoever's coming in and out of your life right now seems rather transactional, and that's something that this Libra coming up is also showing. So, and it also is, I'm getting the feeling that something did happen in Libra season, and it seems like it could be just a repeat of that. So just be really clear about what you're like, be really clear with yourself. What is worth it and what's not worth it for you right now. And you'll be fine. You know, your spiritual, it seems like your spiritual boundaries, your spiritual capabilities need to lead your life. Whatever balances out your vulnerability right now needs to lead your life. So it could be something that you're not used to, though it's important because it's going to allow you to move on and move through this, no problem. And it could also be that there's a Taurus in your life. But I do get the feeling that this is Mars in Taurus, because Mars just moved into Taurus. So being really clear with yourself, communicating clearly about what you want, especially in terms of a relationship, because this reading is very relationship oriented. That doesn't always happen. In terms of work, don't take the first offer that's presented to you. It seems like something good, but it's not gonna leave you feeling mentally clear. So be really, really clear about what you want and who you are, because the vulnerable side of you, the intuitive side of you, is so attractive to people who want what you have. And I'm sure you know that. But it's also your vulnerability in the sense of being your vulnerability in the sense of being, it's powerful, but it also can attract the people that you may not necessarily want right now. So the wrong people, the people that aren't necessarily right for you, the people that you might have dealt with in the past. So the new wave that's presenting itself to you is, I know, uncomfortable to sit with sometimes, but it's important for what is going to keep you moving right now. And the bottom of the deck is the Four of Swords. So move with more thought. The air signs being so clear right now gives me the notice that it's not just about moving because you know you can do it. You know that that's what guides your intuition. You know that that's the way things have been done before. Things are different right now. Aquarius is coming, like this is also Aquarius and Saturn saying, whatever you're doing for yourself, you're doing for other people right now. So be really sure about how you want to move forward. Don't just move yet. Don't just move the way you're used to moving. So this is where the uncomfortable part comes in. It's about moving with a clearer sense of a clear intuition. Are you moving because you're just not feeling good? Are you feeling uncomfortable? Are you moving because you see what's being presented to you and you're going with that? Slow and steady right now. That's going to be the name of your reading. Slow and steady. So slow and steady, and also too good to be true. If that comes up, trust it. Very much so. All right, so the next part we'll be looking at these cards and we'll take a look. Yeah. It's an interesting month for everyone. It's a new year. Happy New Year, if that's something that you celebrate. Thoughtful right now. Yeah. Intellect. There's a lot of intellect going on right now with you. So we'll look at the cards and yeah, cool. Well, Cancer, I will see you next month. Love you. Hi, Cancer. So when things are changing, it's really easy to look at what you've already done and what was already possible. And now it's like this opportunity comes when you lift your head up and you decide to look ahead instead of down this way or that way. It's for you to sit with it so that you can maneuver in a way that's more like a step-by-step process. And it might seem like it will go slower, but that's actually important for you right now in terms of your good fortune, your good luck. And it's like asking you, Capricorn season being your polarity is asking you to kind of, in a way, take notes so that you have every time you write something down or take a note or take a mental note, you can kind of check it off or give yourself that treat along the way, because you're really coming into a place where you're feeling more like yourself again, and people are going to start to see you that way. And I don't mean like that you haven't been yourself, but the past 2 years it has been difficult because Capricorn and Cancer had the eclipses, so you guys were learning a lot. Though Capricorn is kind of taking the lead because it was in the Capricorn North Node. So now you're kind of being asked to like follow that lead, like to lead yourself, but follow the lead of setting yourself up along the way, because you're coming into a time where by next season you will feel a lot better if you move slower. You will look better, feel better in all of the ways, and you won't be as worried, it seems. So maybe it's possible that there's a strong masculine or male figure in your life that has good advice for you. It might be important for you to take it, and be careful being offered advice that seems a little wishy-washy or something that might be too good to be true. We did talk about that a little, but now that I'm seeing it from this perspective, when you're offered this advice, it might be steering you clear of the Knight of Cups, who seems like they have something to offer, but really it leaves you kind of thinking too much about something over and over again, which is also a Libran downfall. So if you feel like there's just so much air, because there's so much air in here, and there's in the Pisces reading as well, there's just so much air. And I know for water signs, it's not always your forte to be thinking and being too thoughtful, because you're more in that groove of the water. You're in the feeling, you're in the intuition, you're in that portion of what that looks like. But you're being asked to really ground down and even meditate. So a meditation practice could be really helpful for you if you don't have one already. And again, that can look different, but I really genuinely mean like the traditional kind, because it's going to open more intuition on so that when you do get offered these messages, you're clear enough to say no to not going back to this place. It's possible that in Libra season you were feeling that way, but also being more like, when a Libra is healthy, they know how to clearly, easily cut things off and walk away, especially if it's not adding up anymore. They're in a very different place in this Taurus right here. By Taurus season, you'll understand even more, and you won't care you'll only care about those people that want to come with you anyway, that want to come on with you on the journey anyway. You'll realize who's been by your side and how you want to keep going with this. And even it's just about you and what you're building here, what you're stepping into, the new, whether it's new or just a redirected version of yourself. You're carving out something different, and here it's asking you to be balanced because, and I'm saying this to everyone because Libra's been coming up a lot, but also that in a time when things are so shifty and things are changing, especially with earth energy and air energy, it's important to be balanced because nothing's necessarily set in stone, and it takes a little bit more energy. It doesn't always just flow right away. It's building the stamina for that earth energy and learning to breathe differently, learning to, see things differently, a different perspective. So this is going to give you a different perspective in a very clear, concise way in the terms of the future, but also Mars is in Taurus, so it's going to give you insight on what those earthly matters are, and that change that's happening rather slowly. It picks up the pace, but it just seems like, so look at all these horses in a row. It's just like there's like a trot happening. It's like, okay, learn this, move forward. Great. Learn this, now take it forward. Okay, learn from this and then move it forward. So there's a lot of forward movement, but it's that assessment along the way. It's checking back in with yourself. It's bringing all things together. So all of these momentum and movement forward is for you to take that slow and steady pace. Because I know that when you're used to like going into something, you go all in and go and like drive it forward. Now it's time to kind of slow down the pace a little bit, because energy is really, really important, especially for a lot of air. Learning how to expend your energy is really, really important right now. And it's like, it's getting down to business. And like, okay, this is how you take care of yourself. This is what it will result in. Great. Then when you're coming and meeting certain challenges, you're able to be very clear, very balanced, especially when you're unsure, but you're going to leave feeling stronger. And this is rest. So resting your mind when you don't exactly know, because there's so many different things on the table. You're like, oh, what do I believe? What do I think? What do I choose? You don't have to choose anything right away. It's just important to take it step by step, and then that comfortability. So that feeling uncomfortable, give yourself those small little things along the way that make you feel a little more comfortable while this change is happening. Yeah. Because there's a lot of alone time in this reading. But it's also like when you meet with people, again, there's no hiding. So if you want to leave this month feeling like you had it under as much control as you can, quote unquote, then give yourself that control. Don't give it away right now. Yeah. It'll be different next season, but right now it's important. And if there's an Aquarius in your life, they might have great advice for you too. They might have you might have a golden moment with this person, and something might just click with you. Yeah. So again, a lot of intellectual, but give yourself rest from it. Give yourself a break from it. Do the things that make you happy, make you feel comfortable, or you're finding new things that help comfort you in times when things are changing. And it's good. This isn't bad. This is just like kind of more of a strategical plan, even though it's not concrete. It's a plan to keep you a little more balanced right now, because there's a lot to care for. Okay? I don't know what's happening with extendeds right now. Just take a look below. in the near future, it'll be ready. I'm looking at a few different options. If you want to work with me one-on-one, I'll leave my email for now. Next month, things will change. Yeah, thank you for being here. So excited. And I will see you next month. Love you, Cancer. Bye.